It's Pete from Cheap Homesteading. I'm at the sugar shack this morning. It's a little after 4 o'clock. We're going to fire up the evaporator. This is our first boil of the season, so let's go. I got it going with a little bit of struggling, but those old pine boards, those scraps from when I was working on the wall and that, they finally caught, so they're really going to take off once they start burning. So, you know what? Doing maple syrup is a lot of work. It's a lot of work hauling wood, hauling sap. But you know what? All that work, you don't notice it after. You're sitting down, you got the fire going, and then some friends come over. It's just a lot of fun. So the fire is really rolling now because my legs are getting really, really hot. So I'm going to back up. So here's my homemade evaporator. It has been on other videos, but there's a lot of new subscribers and I don't think they've seen any of it. But my front pan is the one that does most of the boiling. And the back pan kind of preheats it. So the fire's up there and the smoke carries underneath the back pan and heats it. And then it comes out the chimney. So when Krista gets here, we'll run and get the finishing pan. And I can start that boiling. It is 12:30 and we're still boiling. We got a little bit to go, but it's getting there. So this is what happened. Saturday morning, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I started boiling. We had lots of people over in the morning, well, practically all day. And maybe I didn't consistently feed the fire like I would, and it took a little bit longer to boil. We did not finish till 4:30, so that was 24 hours of boiling. So I kind of dropped off the face of the earth at about 12:30. I didn't film anything else, bringing it back, nothing. We were just in survival mode. I ran back to the sugar shack and we're just picking up a lot of the stuff we need. My goodness, this place is an absolute disaster. Oh, we forgot the cake. My gracious. I didn't know squirrels got to it, I don't think. I don't see any evidence of that anyways. Gotta grab a few things. My tripod. Some of the chairs. Okay, so grab that. We need this to finish up the maple syrup. We'll go back in the filter and bottle. I whipped up this filtering station because other years I used hangers and all kinds of things, but I have the felt filters and the pre-filters. And we're just going to put the maple syrup through it, and that just filters out any of the particles. After the maple syrup goes through the filters, we put it back in a pot and put it on the stove and get it back up to temperature. Okay, the second pot. I filtered it and we're reheating it up on the stove. I got the tester to check the specific gravity. Once it gets down to that line, it's the right specific gravity, and it is tested at 211 Fahrenheit. And I have a thermometer, so by the time it gets to 211 Fahrenheit, it should be at that line. Close to 211, and it's at the line, so it's ready to bottle. So there you go. This is what I got for our first boil. 31 liters of maple syrup. So it turned out way better than I thought it was going to be. For 1,000 liters of sap, I think it was going to be 25 liters of maple syrup. And we got 31, so that was awesome. The sugar content is really good this year. The weather was looking bad for this week coming, but the weather kind of changed and is saying it's going to stay cooler a little bit, so we might have one more boil. So this year started off being the worst year ever to it might be one of the best years I've ever had. So it's amazing how quickly things change. So you guys have a good one.